Tick Pick on the track.
Many fantasies are being transformed into reality by modern science.
What's going on with you, everybody? If you can hear me, let me just see the thumbs up in the chat. Let me see it. Let me see it. Let me see it. Peace and love to everybody. I am so sorry for being about 14 minutes late. Jeez, peace. Lord have mercy. Absolute no, okay. Salute to Grace. Love your mama. Thank you for being in the building tonight. And yeah, all right, yeah. So everybody comes in. If there's any audio problems, let me know. If I'm too loud, let me know. I'm just trying to get things set up here. I'm gonna give a shout out to everybody in the building. Thank you for being here tonight. And as we get rocking out, man, I just want to thank you all. I do apologize. Got my finger all up in the camera. And I just want to thank you guys all. Well, it's another episode of the Real podcast where we are real people having real conversations about real things. And if you're new to this side, as we go and as we get through some things, we've had a really exciting week and we want to get through some things. I'm hoping that everything will work out accordingly and expeditiously. And so as we do, or as we are accustomed to on the side, we're just going to start with a quick prayer. Lord God, Father, we want to thank you for today. We want to thank you for our friends and our family that have made it through their day and those that have overcome the temptations, trials, and tribulations that may have faced them. Lord, as we go into this live stream and in this podcast, we pray that people will be blessed with people, that we pray that people would be edified. And Lord, let it all be to your glory. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. Oh my, y'all don't know. Okay, so truth be told, I've been in high anxiety mode. And when I say high anxiety mode, I mean super high anxiety mode, because I had ordered something for my wife and was expecting it to be already delivered before I got in the house. And sure enough, was it delivered? No. So I'm sitting here and I'm trying to get everything ready to get going on the cast for tonight, and I'm waiting for these things to be delivered. And sure enough, as I'm about to get ready, I hear ding dong, and I'm just like, boom, 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 boom. I'm rushing down the stairs, but you know how it is. We've got to get going. We've got to get moving. Again, peace and love to everybody in the building, for we are real people having real conversations about real things. Give yourselves a round of applause as you're in the building. And, you know, for those of you that are new, again, being as we are the Real podcast, you can find us on TikTok, Twitter, or formerly now known as X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Man, I don't even know if I already said everything already, but you can find us at the real _ SCE. That is at DAREALREEL TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, also known as X, Rumble. You know what I mean? We getting some major love all over the place. And as we go forth, do us a favor, hit the likes, say where you're from in the chat so we can big you up. We've got Embrace the Grace. Salute to you, Queen, and happy love day to you. We are sending you much love, and we appreciate you for being over here. And as everybody else comes in, they will come in. Some will, some won't. You know, I mean, it's Lovers Day, and you know, we kind of took a chance today. I've already kind of taken care of my house as best as I can for today, and we are gonna get going. So if you are new to, if you're new to this space over here, you know, right about now we get into what is called the one hitter quitter. And really and truly, I mean, this will be definitely put together a little bit, well, not a little bit, but a lot better. But yeah, as we get into this, we just want to sit there and let you know that
One hitter quitter, TKO you. hitter quitter, TKO, you.
Yeah, it's the one hitter quitter. And this is real talk, real vibes, real personality, realness. I gotta get that changed. As you guys can see, I was trying to do a little something, but we gotta get some things changed up in here. You feel me? So as we go into the one hitter quitter, we've got some things, a little bit of things to discuss. And one of the things, I mean, and I'm gonna drop the link in the chat because I don't know who's in the back waiting for me to drop the link as they're getting ready to come up, and we will go from there. But as we go into the one hitter quitter, we definitely had some things that were kind of, I don't want to say spot on, but they were definitely something that we wanted to highlight because it's just like, man, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. But there's one topic I didn't put in here, and I'm hoping that as we get everybody to come up. Oh, Big Stan is in the building. You know what? Let me do this properly. Much love again and salute to the Queen. Grace in the building. She let us know that the audio is good. Big Stan is in the building. Oh my days. Oh my days. I always get excited. Yeah, y'all know me already. I'm full of energy for the most part, except for there was one episode I actually fell asleep on. I think I'm pretty sure I yawned and fell asleep in it by myself, and I'm gonna clip that. But let's give Big Stan and the Queen embrace the grace a round of applause. Yes, yes. Shout out to you, Stan. Don't worry, I'm gonna drop the link, and I'm hoping that we have a good conversation tonight. I believe we will. I'm believing that we will. And you know what? Let me get that ready. Actually, I'll get that ready in a bit, everybody. So, and don't worry, I won't go through the one hitter quitter without y'all. So let's as I get ready to this. How's everybody? Anybody get any special love from somebody that was unexpected? Because I don't know. I remember like I don't want to say when I was younger, but I just feel like people got some unexpected love today. I don't know. Maybe some people were just like, hey, I really love you. Really love you. I really love you. And I've just been trying to hold it back for so long. Shout out to M3. He's not in the building yet. At least I don't think so. Shout out to Sophisticated Jerks. Shout out to Mr. Damien, Mr. Can I Get Some Podcast? Shout out to Knowledge of Relationships. Shout out to Big Stan. Shout out to Illosophical. I know he's not in the building right now, but shout out to Mr. Illosophical. Shout out to Mr. Best, the intellectual soapbox. Shout out to Braxton. He's not in the building, but shout out to all these brothers. Oh my days. Oh my days. Oh my days. Oh my days. Can we hear it for this brother, Mr. Sharon Bracy? Good to see you back at it, he says. Yes, brother, I am here, and I will drop the link shortly so everybody can get up. I'm definitely looking at having a good conversation with everybody. Yeah, I had to take some time, kind of do a little bit of reflecting, retool, and get recharged and get back at it. And y'all see what's going on. Y'all see oh man, oh my days. Hey, don't nobody judge me. Yes, I'm do ragging it at today. I'm coming in from work. I'm not. Can I be real with everybody? I was super stressed about my wife's present not being here before I got home. I purposely made sure I ordered everything in so I could get it in early. You figured it, feel me, and it wasn't there. And that like my wife had to calm me down. We were picking up dinner. My son is, and I'm just sitting there and I'm stewing inside because the Queen's present isn't there. I'm telling you, it's important. It's important. It's important. As we get into this, I'm gonna drop the link because you know what? I'm gonna just see whoever comes up comes up. I know this is and to anybody who feels that they gotta leave early, you don't even gotta say nothing. If you want to do something, drop it in the back in the private chat of the group, and I will just salute you as you're on your way out. But we're gonna drop the link right now, and if you want to come up, you can as we get into the one hitter quitter. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's shuffling Fridays, man. Shuffling Fridays. But you know what the thing is? I'm glad that I figured out, and I'm glad that I can see that it's all working well. I got my screen set up, I got my lighting set up, and as of next week, it'll be where I want it to be. I should say that much. And yeah, we're gonna keep rocking out. Now, as for this one hitter quitter, let me bring down the vibes a little bit here. So as we get into the one hitter quitter, now I've been seeing this blow up. I don't want to say blow up, but I've been seeing this go all over the place. And one thing that guys, you wouldn't believe I tried to put myself on timeout. One thing that I've been noticing is that with Marvel, every time they get into a movie, they get to pick in a movie, and it comes to the cast, it's been hit or miss since the original cast of the Avengers and X-Men, Spider-Man. Well, Spider-Man, they did a good job replacing I think it's Tobey Maguire. Don't quote me on that. I'm bad with names when it comes to actors and actresses. But this actress right here, this woman right here, this sister right here, if there's anybody that should be playing Storm in the next movie, it needs wow. Y'all, I just noticed something. Anyways, yeah, we demands the wise, okay? The Wanda Wise. Okay. She needs to be the next Storm. Holly Berry did her thing, went through some traumatic situations, went and spun off that, did a 1-2 for John Wick, which was great. And we haven't seen a Storm. Actually, there was a young Storm in Apocalypse, X-Men Apocalypse. She was all right, but I don't think really and truly that she's grown enough at this point to take on this role as the mature woman that Storm is. And she's a queen. We can't forget that. And if anybody knows their comic history or their Marvel history, we would know that Storm also bleeds over into Black Panther. So whoever does this Storm, whoever is the actress for this Storm, and I really hope it's DeWanda Wise, they also will be playing the queen. If there's a rewrite to that, which there should be, there needs to be the queen that Black Panther marries, which is Storm at one point. It needs to happen. Okay. It needs to happen. Shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. I didn't expect to see this, and I don't want to say I didn't expect to see it in my lifetime. I just, I don't know. I just didn't expect to see it, at least not at this moment. And I'm surprised to. But shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles, all the Philadelphia natives. If you're tuning in from wherever you're tuning in, shout out to you and your city for being 2025 Super Bowl champs. Salute, salute, salute. Now, there was something that important because as we came back into this year, sat down with the team that works with me, and they're helping me to clean up some things. And specifically my right hand, who he wants to remain anonymous. Okay. So we've been tooling some things in the background and making some things work, and juking and jiving, however you want to put it. And as of February 10th, you see it there on the screen, we hit 1,000 subscribers. We hit 1,000 subscribers, and I think currently we're over that. But if you are not subscribed to the channel, and I think right now, as the analytics show, that I think it was something to the 78% of people that were viewing this channel post production were not subscribed to the channel. And I'm okay, because any views is good views. But if you be so kind to subscribe, hit that like, hit the share button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our uploaded content, which we're already ready for next week. I just want to put that out there. And if all goes according to plan, we're going to be having a very big guest in the building. Well, he's a big guest to me, right? And anybody that is further ahead and been in this business of content creation, getting their message out with integrity and standing on business, anybody who's been doing that for an extended period of time, and they're further ahead, not just by subscribers, but just in their journey, then our platform here, I consider them the top of the top, the creme de la creme, and I will always show them their love and their flowers. So look out for the announcements on our Facebook page, Instagram. Once I get a for sure lock in, I want to make sure that the schedules do align. Make sure that you tap in with us, and be on the lookout. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, the YouTube community page, Twitter. We are going at Threads. If you haven't, like let's all follow and follow back, and be on the lookout for this special guest as of next week. Yes, 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 yes. Grace is showing Stan some love. Yes, Big Stan is in the building. With that, we were also able, and at this point now, we're a little bit over this, but we hit 7,000 views. I mean, like, and and we're grateful over here. We're grateful. It's not. I'm sorry, I did that one on purpose. I had to. I had to. We're grateful over here. Number one, it means that the message that we have on this side of the space is getting out. And salute to Gas Mask. Yeah, he's in the building. Say congratulations. Thank you, sir. Saw that you hit a milestone as well. And so we're gonna be reposting that on our community page and shouting you out, because there's much work to be done in this space. And I like what you said the other night when you said, you didn't want to necessarily follow the niches of everybody else, but you, in trying to find out what your niche was, you think you found it and you gonna stick to it. And I applaud you, sir. It is not easy to do that in the big fish, in the big pond of YouTube, while you proverbially may feel like you are a small fish. But sir, keep on rocking out. And to everybody that's here, Stan, remind me, I gotta I gotta, okay, okay. Can we get a salute? Alexa says the algorithm brought me here. What sector of YouTube is this? Well, we are a self improvement, specifically focusing on the men, but we do encourage our women, especially as sisters and brothers within the Black community and communities at large. We want everybody to progress. We want everybody to dump off the shackles of today's narratives, especially where it regards relationships. We want to try and put a big dent or put an end to this social media war. That's definitely something that, and when I say war, I'm talking about specifically the gender war. So definitely we want to be able to do that. Somebody's texting me, but I can't respond. So if you see the live going on, you're going to have to jump in the live. Just jump in it and it'll be okay. If you can't and you can see this, just text me. I'll see this as you go. But I'm glad that the algorithm brought you here, Alexa. I hope that you'll be encouraged, especially by tonight's conversation. I really do. So let's all give Alexa a round of applause for being here. I hope you subscribe. Salute to you, Queen, and happy. And we send much love to you on Lover's Day. If you don't have a Valentine, the Real Podcast, I am your host, Conrad, and I will be your Valentine for today. Blessings. Grace is saying congratulations. It's always good to see progress and recognition to your fellow content creators. Yes, yes, yes. And can I shout this out? Can I say this? We didn't do a good job of really lighting this up on our channel, and we're not going to let number 3 go out, because we got to be a part of that in rebuilding this thing that we call love, and the true essence of love. We definitely want to make sure that everybody understands and that there is a place where you can get to it. And we went through episode number, I would say episode number 2 of the R&B Corner, that is heralded by the intellectual soapbox, Mr. Best himself. And it was also double streamed by our queen, Embrace the Grace. And so whenever the announcement for number 3 comes out, we will definitely make sure to get it out to all our platforms, where we're going to be having maybe an hour, a few hours of R&B love. And we want to make sure that we support our brothers and our sisters in this battle to restore the balance of love. It's not just a day, it's about 365 days a year. Gasman says, always appreciated, always grateful. Man, definitely, definitely. And I can't stress enough. I'm actually really happy to see this. The algorithm brought you here. She said, thank you for the welcome. That's our sister Alexa. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. She's sending you some love. Send her some love back. Let's get a warm round of applause for her. Now, this is not this is probably the last time I'm gonna do this. You guys always know I try to have some words of wisdom, or a quote. And I want to replay this because I really feel in 2025, if we're going to get ahead in our life, we've got to look in our life and really see the things that we need to clear out and clean out. But then there's also some places that we got to leave. And it's not to say that we're better than anybody, but you know what? Somebody told me, and they said, Conrad, you got to make sure you get in where you fit in. Not every space you need to be in it, not every space you need to be around. And there's one thing I can say that that's true about, and I'm not a celebrity, I'm not a star, but I think these words ring out true from I call him I call him he's my uncle. If Kevin Hart was never called the Godfather, I would definitely be calling Denzel Washington my Godfather. Denzel Washington used to advise up and coming actors not to stay at Hollywood parties for too long and to leave 30 minutes before the devil got there. What was he talking about when he said the devil? He was literally talking about those vices when those lights begin to turn down and the mood begins to shift and certain things, and that clock strikes 12, and that's when you know after the party is the after party, and after the party is the hotel lobby. Then yeah, you know, we gotta, and everybody's starting to switch and move gears. You've got to get away from certain places because it may very well do damage to who you are and the true essence of what you may bring to any space that you're in. And we have to be okay. We have to learn to be okay with not being in every space. Sometimes you can damage yourself or you can damage the space by bringing yourself and forcing yourself into somewhere that is just not made for you. All right. And so we want to make sure that encouragement still keeps going out day by day. It's a reminder. And I think this is the last one for the one hitter quitter. Ladies, loving yourself is more than status, excellent physical pulchritude, and sexual prowess. You're gonna have to do the hard work. And we gonna keep slapping different year labels on this. I'm never gonna take this one down. Okay, ladies, dump off the fake friends, dump off the old relationships, dump off the fake love, liars, and the drama. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. Some of your friends is liars, and you need to put them into place. I'm not telling you to create drama in your home. I'm not telling you to create drama and make people feel like, oh, you think you're better than us. No, everybody has fallen. Everybody has done something that has made somebody else mad. But we can no longer continue in the same cycles and vices that held us back. Because if we think back and look at ourselves, maybe, just maybe, we would have been more successful, had better relationships, had better even business associates, had we made sure to take out the garbage and keep the garbage. As my one of my mentors used to say to me, he used to say, Conrad, make sure you keep the main thing the main thing. And yo, I'm so foolish. I ain't even hit the record button. Oh my days. Alexa said, I have a friend I also live with whose negativity is draining me. Yep. And and you see that's hard. That's hard. Um, and I'm not saying that you put it up there to get advice. Uh, I used to be in that similar situation too. I had a roommate, you know what I mean, talented brother, great brother. Uh, but his personal vices and how he looked at life and how he went about doing certain things, it didn't mesh with who I was, and oftentimes we would butt heads. And we didn't even actually, I would say, part or you know, yeah, I wouldn't say that we parted because of that, but I remember he was going to make a move, and he was, he appreciated me for who I was. We could pray together, talk together, hang out together, um, and we had vices that overlapped. But one day, he was saying, he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna go, take a ride over there, and I'm gonna make some moves, and I really think you should come with me because you can make us some money." And I was like, "Nah, bro." Like I literally went to sleep the night, Alexa, and some people say the Lord spoke to me. I had a dream, straight up. I had a dream, and that I was in a weird town, and in trying to make it out, the car that we drove broke down. And he was fine, but everybody was coming after me. So I was like, I literally, in this dream, I ran down the highway in my socks, left my shoes. I wasn't sparkling, banging, or nothing. I woke up the next morning and he's like, "Yo, so what are you saying? You gonna be rolling with me?" I said, "Listen, I'm your homie, and we've grown as individuals. And I got love for you because I consider you my brother. But real talk, I ain't rolling out there with you. And if there's certain things that happen, as much as I love and respect you, I need my life to go in a different direction. So if you need something that I can help you with, that won't take me away from making progress, I will definitely help you. But if you willingly go and put yourself into harm's way, and I'm not talking about harm where, you outnumbered 10 to 1. I'm talking about harm where you about to go to jail. I'm not coming to bail you out." Now, some people hear that and they say, that's hard, but I had to tell him that so that he understood that there's a certain level of support I will give you, but there's a certain level that I can't go to. And so sometimes you have to acknowledge what's, in my opinion, Alexa, you have to acknowledge the toxicity or what is going wrong. And there does need to be at some point, and it may take many conversation. It may take a point where you can sit and just say, "Hey, I need to talk to you because I'm concerned about some things." Because if you come at it and you be like, "I can't stand the way you act, and I can't stand every morning you wake up, you're just negative. You go to sleep, you're negative. You talk about this negative, and I can't deal with that." They're gonna feel attacked. What you want to do is still be the inviting friend that you are, and you gotta kind of like lovingly rebuke them and get them to open up and be like, "Yo, I'm just noticing that this and this is going on." And once you go through that conversation, if there are things that they can work out and that they can learn from, and that you can definitely see that they're progressing, definitely have that conversation. And it may have to happen slow. You may be able to only have it in parts. But I'll also tell you this, and I don't know your age, and I'm not saying that you have to put it out there, but you also got to get to a point where you are kind of making your own way, right? And it might be hard of me. I don't know your situation, but that may be hard of me to say, depending on where you are, because it may be, you know, not necessarily a too late, but it may be an uphill battle, especially in today's economy. So, whatever moves you can make to secure yourself a little peace. The biggest move I ever made for myself when I was down, and what's up? You come say hi? Y'all, I don't know if y'all can hear that, but that's my son in the background here. Yeah. Don't touch the buttons though. Yeah, so I got my little man. He came to see what daddy's doing. But yeah, like say if you can have little conversations and to try and bring about a change, but you also going to have to make a plan for yourself. And definitely, I think the email is on our main part of the YouTube page for us. Tap in with us. If maybe we can have a bigger and better conversation outside of the platform. I don't want you to all your business out there, but I'm just going to throw this up on the screen. She said, "See, that's what I'm learning as I get older. You don't have to you don't have to necessarily. Oh, bro, come on, man. Okay, commercial break. Commercial break. My homie. Oh, what's good in there, everyone? Sophisticated. Stop. Okay, we gonna go to commercial break. Everybody, keep the chat going. Get the likes up. Get the hearts. Share the screen. Share the live stream with somebody and get them in the building. We go to commercial break. But sophisticated, you got issues, bro. Hold on, guys. My son done cut my lights out on me. I'll be right back. We go to commercial. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Commercial break. Commercial. Yo, I am so sorry, everybody. My son cut out the lights on me, and I'm hoping that hey, for all y'all in podcast land, when you're listening to this, definitely y'all gotta get your laugh on. Okay, get your laugh on because that doesn't happen to me too often. Let me back up a little bit because sophisticated just came. Yo, where is the bombs at? Where's the bombs? Where is the bombs at? Holy Moses! Sophisticated just came in the building and done wrecked the place for whatever reason. I don't even understand why he had to go and do that for. Man just came in and wrecked the building, wrecked the shop. Hold on, I'm trying to get resituated over here. Man. All right, there we go. All right, I gotta make sure everything's working. My man came in and shout out Mr. Sophisticated. Man, oh my days. Okay. Well, let's back up now. Now I gotta back up between sophisticated and my son. I gotta get caught up now. Okay, so she said, see, that's what I'm learning. Don't necessarily have to burn bridges with these people, but you can simply acknowledge your lives are going in different directions and move on. Exactly. It is necessary. Again, I don't want to leave that point out. It is definitely necessary because at the end of the day, here's something. You may miss the mark of your life and the purpose of your life sitting there trying to build and maintain friendships. That and it's not about that they're not progressive. It's just that the individual thinks that their life is okay the way it is. And Alexa, I turned 40 ending of, you know what I mean, December. You know what I mean? So a lot of the people that I have around me now, which it may seem like if you were to check my life maybe 7 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, people would say, "Oh, Conrad, you got a bigger circle of influence now than you did that." No, it's not that the circle is bigger; is that there's more quality. That's what we have to continue to search for: is quality individuals that we can yoke and connect with, and that will hold us accountable and push us, and while remaining integral to who we are. And you're not going to find too many people like that, but when you do, you got to hold on to them. Definitely got to hold on to them. And you know what? In trying to find the words where she doesn't get offended, you may have to accept that nothing you say won't offend her. Stan says, facts, Alexa, sometimes keeping it real is keeping keeping depression. Okay, I'm gonna ask Stan for some clarification on that once I repost the link. Sophisticated says, let me give this guy applause. You know what I mean? Sophisticated says, "What's good, everyone? Excellent. You need to cuss your friend out. Stop being nice." Yo, Sophisticated will tell you his story one day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, definitely. Stan's got, yeah, for sure. Grace said, "I was thinking the same thing, but I'm new here. Didn't want to overstep my boundaries." No, you know what? I appreciate you all for literally just showing Alexa that love. This Alexa, this is what we about over here. It's Lovers Day, and you know what? It's Family Day. It's Family Love Day. And I don't know if you guys got this over in States, but Monday is literally Family Day. For it's a nice little holiday that was started up for, I think, about maybe 5 or 10 years ago. And so, yo, you guys, honestly, one day I gotta find a way to record my screen just so, like, when I do Stan's intro, like, you guys catch the smile that he gives. Man, this guy is such a beautiful brother, and I say that with all love towards him. Let me get him up on stage right now. Oh my gosh, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Everybody give Stan a round of applause. Look at this guy.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I can't complain. We chilling here on the night. Man, holy, bro, I don't know if you heard the first part, but I was stressing. Like, I was literally vexed tonight. And for once, all technology is working fine. Just bam, 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 bam. The one thing that wasn't working fine is the thing that I ordered for my wife at 11 o'clock when I was in the office today. I literally am phoning her. I'm like, "Did anything come for me?" She's like, "No." I'm like, "Did anything come for you?" She's like, "No." I'm trying not to let the cat out the bag because I get excited for this stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like, "Yo, I got you a surprise." I mean, I didn't. Like, I'll ruin a whole surprise just because I love the fact of seeing people. You know what I mean, get surprises. Like, when we talk about love languages, like, that's one of my love languages.
Yeah.
I mean, whether I get it, I don't really care if I get it in that same way, but to give it, oh man, I love seeing people smile, get it. So my grandma always taught me that. She said, when you're giving people something, give them something they love. Don't give them something that you would necessarily love to get. So yeah, definitely. Alexa says, "Happy belated." Then she says, "Stand very true." She had a revolving ball. Oh, hey. Oh my gosh.
Alexa, let me tell you something. I bet you she wasn't stressed out. Don't get stressed out because she wasn't.
No, but you know what the thing is? I can understand. Hold on, let's what it's we're about to start to say, but Alexa, yo, Alexa, if you real talk, like we got ex army vets in here, okay? So if we need to do an extraction on you, just wave 5 flags in the chat, and we'll and send us the location. We'll come and get you. It is not a problem at all. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Alexa, don't get stressed because she wasn't
Yeah.
stressed out at all. She was leaving some stress. Don't get stressed. And here's something. When I said that thing about like keeping it real, keeping depression, a lot of times that's what depression looks like when you are doing things that is oh my God, stands one second. Hey, you know what? You know what
I can't. I can't.
Bring that.
I can't.
Hands on your knees.
One hitter quitter. TKO you.
Yeah, no, that isn't out. No, none of us are. No, and let's not. No, can we at least let Alexa be like a week old in this side of the space, please? Like, y'all don't. Okay, can I just say this, Alexa? This is how much you mean to the real platform. Okay, you're the first person. I need somebody to make sure. Please clip that. Please screenshot it because I can't screenshot it right now. Please, I'm gonna put this on the screen. And Alexa, you don't even know how much this means, right? And like this will probably be a regurgitated post on end. She said that the algorithm sent her here. I ain't never had that. Never. I'm gonna get that. You guys know I actually downloaded that meme from Mike Epps. We ain't never had that. I'm trying to see what that be like. I actually downloaded it and I didn't put it up there. And I've been trying to wait for somebody to post that the algorithm sent them there. Me and my social media manager been working. If I could preach it like I feel it, we've been sitting here moving all these YouTube settings and doing this and doing that because we believe in the message that we have over here. But here we have one who has testified today that the algorithm has sent her here. I need somebody to clip it. I need somebody to tame it. I need somebody to email it, send it, Twitter it, fax it. I don't care. Bird signal it. Hell, send a smoke signal to Sophisticated and get an extraction team and bring it right here to Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and tell them that Alexa was sent. And I'm not talking about Prime Alexa. I'm talking about Alexa, the queen in the chat. Tell them that the algorithm sent her here.
Okay.
Hey, stop your noise, brother. Stop your noise. Stop your noise. I gave you guys enough time. I gave you guys a whole sermon. And yeah.
Man, I'm about to throw you $100. I thought I was on the Word Network.
Hey, hold on. Let me just do this right quick then, since you done said that. I will follow the leading of Stan, our elder in the building today. If you feel like dropping a little coffee change and an offer, I'm gonna let you know that I'm a straight truth. When you send this money over here, there was a brother by the name of Will Nkosi, God bless him, in his business that he's working on. He's working on a venture right now, and we send him blessings, love, and support from this side of the world. He was the first person to drop $50, was able to enlighten the real platform, and we were able to get our first real camera. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Our first real camera. He dropped $50 on that. And you know, since we're celebrating milestones, we're gonna be making sure that we get that post and show him that love right back until he gets back. So if you feel like I don't care if it's 10 cents, 99 cents, 50 cents, 25 cents, it's going to go right to coffee. We have a Tim Hortons over here and I can get an extra large, double, triple double. That's my coffee. That's what it's going to go to. And if along the way I run into somebody, now this is just me. You're going to have to search this for yourself and see how you feel about it. I do give money to those that I see that are homeless. I have a sincere belief that when I give it to them, they won't use it to entangle themselves further in vices. And there's been times when I've genuinely needed that money. I mean, there's times when I gave it $20 and I'm walking away and I'm like, that one kind of hurt me, but I'm all right. I'm gonna keep going. God will bless me. God will bless me. God will return it back in love. I got this.
And he does, right?
Yeah, no, but that's true. That is true,
does.
brother. If I could, we gonna have a testimony service. Maybe one day I'll share some of my stories. But yeah, most definitely, yes. Whatever they're doing, have them keep doing it. Your live just popped up, and mind you, I don't follow a lot of male content creators.
Ooh. Well, that's about to change today.
I need to get an organ sound next.
Okay, I know what's his name. M3 has it. Normally, when he pressed the organ sound and you can add on to it, I always say, "Ooh, yeah."
Wonderful. That's wonderful. You see, yeah, that's what we're about over here, Alexa. We have fun. We have deep conversations, and we just grow together as a community. Great, wonderful
add
people.
Something for the people that
Go ahead.
Send you money. I'm going to add something. We're from the islands, and there's a dance we call suka, and suka has this song where they say cent, 5 cents, 10 cents, dollar. I want y'all to know something. We want the dollar.
Oh man. Oh my days. It's funny, but it is definitely true. It's definitely true. And anything you guys can send over whenever you send it, I don't ask for it on a regular basis or even a part-time basis. Just whatever drops into your heart, and that's what's up. Yes. Okay, so hold on. Man said, I can't pull up tonight, but I will definitely pull up on the next show. Well, you better, because we're going to be talking about how Black men can change our narrative. And that is an uphill battle, and it is Mount Sinai all rolled up into one. I do believe it's possible. And for that episode, we're going to be breaking down a video that was done by Bruiser. I think he released it yesterday. And so I watched it and then I actually listened to it twice while I was at work today, and it fully aligns with the theme of next week's show right here on YouTube, 9 p.m. So if you can be available, definitely be available, especially for the brothers and sisters. We want you to be a part of this too, because your opinion matters, but be forewarned that you might get some pushback as well. I'm just gonna put that out there. You might get some pushback as well, because especially if you're coming with the negativity, like all men are dogs, and don't talk to Black men, or don't talk to. No, we don't do that over here. We don't do that over here, whether it's male or female. So you are definitely gonna get delivered if you come over here with that stuff. I'm gonna make sure that. I'm gonna make sure that. No, I gotta put that out there. I don't know if you all heard my voice note in the soapbox group, but I was just like, we got to change this, right? Yeah. And when I said we, I'm like, yeah, if men and women can work together and find that middle ground, and do that, and really say, okay, we're not gonna take up a gender war that we didn't start, and I'm not gonna feed into it, then I really believe that our outcomes will be better off, right? Right now, there's all this competition going on, and like, I'm telling you, ladies, this is not a rebuke. Actually, it is a rebuke. I'm lying. It is a full out rebuke. You cannot want better for your life, and you live in social media spaces sitting there talking about men, and I'm not gonna specifically speak to only black men. I'm just gonna broaden this out. Men are this, men don't do this, men are this. Their life would be better without men. Anything a man can do, I can do better. I don't need a man because I think women are if you're indoctrinated with any of those sayings, that is the first problem you have in your life. It's not an
Mhm.
actual ban. It's the fact that you are trauma bonding with other things that you probably haven't internalized or you've seen somebody else go through. You haven't experienced directly yourself. So you need to be very careful of that message. And the only reason I will publicly say that you come over here on the Real podcast, this platform around these brothers and some of the other sisters that we know, we delve in love. We delve in honesty and transparency.
Yeah.
So be careful because we're not going to let anybody die in toxicity, but you're not going to come and live and breathe it in this area either. So just be careful on that. But second of all, sophisticated, I knew you wasn't coming up today, brother. Like, come on, man. Like, bro, it's you're married and it's Valentine's Day. Like, I'm married too, but like, you know what I mean? Like, just different strokes for different folks. Like, I took care of some stuff. We got some more stuff to take care of tomorrow, and I got an extra day of holiday over here. So, you know what I mean? I
Really,
still
also
got
we
to.
got President's Day here in the States too. It's a 4-day weekend.
Okay. So you guys got President's Day. Oh, man, no wonder y'all. No wonder the world just looks at Canada and calls Toronto a little America. Because
No, we don't
presidents,
call you guys America. It's only you guys get called America because you guys got all the good shows that get imported to us on TV.
nah, bro, we don't got good shows.
Yes, you
We
do.
don't.
The CW network is all you and Netflix. Everybody who's acting goes to Canada to act and produce. And then on top of that, you
Because
guys are next to Alaska.
yeah, but the thing is like I mean, this is a whole different topic. But
Mhm.
like, I mean, I say this all the time. For a province, well, technically a state, because Alaska's a state, for a state that is rich in oil and is kind of like a highway for both of our countries in terms of oil. I don't know who was at the table when they were deciding to mortgage off Alaska, but I want to go back in time and slap that person. I know we're not promoting no violence. It's not violence. It's like a slap, like, hey, wake up, you're falling asleep in class kind of slap. Not like I want to damage you or knock you out type of slap. But it's like, yeah, it's a brotherly slap. Like, just, hey, boy, what you doing? Like I would really want to know why the
It could
parliament
be the
members at
people
that
scared,
time. Say it
people
again.
people are scared to go out and venture off, right? 'Cause I think you guys also have some kind of legend, like what goes out in certain areas that people are scared to go in because of urban legends of people disappearing in the mountains, and sometimes unmarked territory is just one of those things. Like people are terrified, so it's like, okay, I come in, do a Scrooge McDuck move, and like I'll get the piece of scary line off for you for 5 cents, and then you
But that's
sell it. It's like,
basically that's a better explanation than what's in the history books. What's in the history books is so annoying. Like, I was actually vexed. I've been vexed at this since high school. And like I actually left after high school. I actually went and did my own research on it, and that's basically how the conversation went. It was like, oh, we can't maintain, or we didn't like this, or we didn't see benefit to it in the time. And Alaska was pretty much an unexplored land by what was known at that time as the government and settlers of Canada. So they were like, yeah, go take it. It's one less thing that we have to care for. Turns out that there's a whole oil deposit out there. So like now you have to look at it from our advantage, from our perspective, where it's like modern day, instead of having one being the third largest oil deposit, oil retaining country in the world, we possibly could have been number two. I mean, it doesn't help that we're still giving everybody discounts. And I'll be honest, like, if I look at it from a business standpoint,
yeah,
US, it makes sense to give US a discount. I'm not saying to give it for 50% off, which is basically like thanks to Trump for making us kind of wake up to what kind of discount and what kind of I'm trying to find a word that is not going to have other Canadians see this and get mad. Incompetent. There we go. Yeah, whatever incompetent people we have up there in Parliament sitting there talking about yeah, we're trying to do the best you can. You're not trying to do the best you can when you're giving, even when a man says, yo, can I get a discount? And you're saying, and he's not asking for 50%, but you just offer 50% off yeah, yeah, bro. So when Trump is like, oh, w- America has been giving us too many discounts. You have to look at it from his stance as a businessman, where he's like, yo, we should have really only given you guys, like, 25% off, but we're giving you guys 30% off, and you're letting fentanyl. Like, I even had to school some people at work where it's just like, um Toronto, Montreal, Alberta, and not so much Winnipeg, Manitoba, but I mean, still, even that province there, um Alberta, BC, those are some of the biggest drug and drug trafficking pipelines. Even coming from back from 1975, the mob used to use Toronto as a pipeway through Montreal, right? And then coming to 84, when the Jamaican Shower Posse kind of passed through New York and came up to Toronto, they settled in what is, our technical, if you want to call it, like the ghetto, but we just call it the hood, Jane and Finch. Um, if it wasn't for 1984, if it wasn't for the Italian mob and the Jamaican Shower Posse, who knows what
Mhm.
that would look like. But at the same time, the government knew about it, and because they did one massive, or a few years of a massive raids down there, they were like, "Oh yeah, we won." And it's just like, until you shut down the highway, everybody's losing. So it's just like,
Mm.
all of these stuff, they all tie in, because it's just like we've been playing catch up. And when you hear like Canadian politics and they talk about, oh, how they don't like, how they're named, it's just like, honestly, like, what are you going to do until you put on your big boy pants and really make a change and say, hey, we're going to do real business? uh, that's not going to change. That's not going to change too much. So it is what it is, man. But moving forward, happy Valentine's Day to you, sophisticated jerk, you and the missus and the whole family. I noticed, how did he say happy Valentine's Day? He's like, stands valid. Like, are you gonna come diss people and say our date was Lizzo and Sexy Red? And you know what? Like, can you know what? Let me be real for this. I mean, let me keep it real over here.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll give Lizzo her dues. I'm gonna give her her flowers. She got on her workout game. She went into the gym. She'd been going hard in the gym. I don't like that every 5 days after a workout, she's trying to post pictures, at least to what we see on social media. But kudos to her for doing her work. Sexy Red, just
No
go be a
comment.
mom. Just go be a mom. Please, just go be a mom. Like, just stop this foolishness and just go be a mom. Like, I'm done with her. I'm done with her. Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's not drag this out too long, because I don't want Alexa to get bored. I'm loving the fact that she's here. Yo, shout out to Alexa. Alexa.
Alexa. Okay, I want to help out Alexa. Like, look, Alexa, your friend might be going through depression. I'm not a therapist. However, I've gone to therapy. I read books. I'm just an advocate. But like a lot of times when people are depressed, they do things that's somewhat questionable, and it might look like they're having a good time, and that YOLO stuff or FOMO, which is fear of missing out. Like,
Yep.
you don't need to constantly go out and get pounded on or do other stuff that could question your. But no, but there's a seriousness to it. There's, there is something that goes off. So like
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like you.
and there you go, Alexa. So your friend is going through it, um, and yo, you gonna be okay. You just look sideways and keep it moving.
You know what the funny thing is, and you just touch on something, like, we trying to move forward, but like, you just that was actually pretty profound if anybody really checks into it. She's going through something, and she allows something to go through her. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not even trying to diss. Like, you know how much men and women have allowed themselves to be run through trying to fix the
The
I mean,
emptiness. It's an
yeah,
emptiness.
thank you for saying that, because every word I had after that was just not gonna work. But yeah, the emptiness, man. Like, and this is why, like, for over here, I'm so big on self-improvement, right? Like, it took me, like, being 40 and where I am at life now, a lot of people wrote me off. And before we get into the topic, because I got a
Mhm.
video that I want to share, and we can react to that and get into this topic. Um, I think it was 2008. I had to actually get welfare, and I walked into the office, and I'm like, yo, like, it was one of those moments where, like, I'm in, like, it's the start of spring, nobody's not hiring. I'm like, all right, I'm already going back to school.
Mhm.
Let me just walk up in this office, and yo, when I tell you, I tell everybody the truth right now, transparently, I cried tears on the sidewalk walking up to the welfare building because I felt embarrassed. And the reason why I felt embarrassed is because I'm over 6 foot, got a decent smile.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I'm athletic. I know I'm talented. I know I'm smart. And I'm like, yo, why have I allowed myself to be in this position? And I walked into that intake meeting stand, and I was like, the lady looked at me and she's like, why are you here? I said, look, be dead honest with you. And I don't know if anybody has ever told you this, but I'll probably be the first. As a black man, I'm embarrassed to even be in here. I mean, as a black man, I'm embarrassed to have to be in this welfare office. So let me just tell you the truth. I've already enrolled in school. What I need is a little bit of fundage, and you guys got the money. So here's my school papers. Send me the money that I need. Y'all need to cover my bus. I need help with the rent. Blah 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 blah. Blah. Done. And I'm like, truthfully, I don't even want to be on here. I don't even want to be on this longer than I have to be. So I'm giving you guys 3 months, and 6 months is I should be completely, my file should be closed, and you guys should be giving me no more money. She was like, oh, okay. Well, here's your bus pass, and here's this, and here's this. And I was like, look, I don't want to have to come down here every month for no intake meeting. You guys know I'm in school. Get my papers. Like,
Mhm.
chances are I'll probably find a job. There's no way I cannot find a job. And like, I was willing to take anything at that night. I was willing to work overnights in a warehouse packing boxes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'd say by the following year of that same time, so going into 2010, was fully off of welfare, back
Mhm.
working, getting my head straight, getting my life straight. And funny enough, when people talk about always being in a situation or going from toxic to toxic, then I was with my homie. We were roommates, and he's running the streets, but he's ripping and running with girls. But you know, at the same time, he wants a change in his life, but he's not gonna give up the ripping and running. And I still had to make another decision. I was another decision that, as a black man, I was legitimately tired of being in and
Yeah.
around. And it was one of those situations where it's like, yeah, like Alexa, like, you know, you don't hate the person, but at the same time, it's just not conducive for where you want to go. And it's that point where they literally say the rubber meets the road. And it's just like, am I gonna go my way, and we can keep in touch and hang out and maybe get some food, and you go to your house and I go to my house?
Hang out in the daytime, and Starbucks is your office and your home. No nightlife. Those type of people. Mm-mm.
Yep. And bro, it was hard for me. It was hard because I was so used to being friends with this cat that I was always accepting how he decided to want to live his life.
But you didn't live
And
your life that way, though.
but that's the thing. I wasn't even living my life. I was living his life. You get what I'm
Mm.
saying? And that's the thing that, you know, I want to encourage Alexa to not get lost in. Don't be so concerned about the friendship that you live their life putting and never starting to live your life.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because that in itself 12th Street Top Man Podcast. Oh my gosh. Hey, family, what's going on? What's going on? Salute to you for being in the building with us tonight. Salute to you. Glad to see you here, definitely. And everybody that is in the chat, please drop your channel. I'm going to save the link as I go forward, and I'm going to be promoting everybody's link every show. I'm working on something right now, especially for those that come up on the panel. That's why I love Stan's smile, because every time he comes up here, he gives me another chance to clip it, so that way I can give him a proper introduction. I'm working on something. You guys, y'all don't even know. Like, my mind is big when it comes to like working with certain things. I'm gonna get to the point where y'all gonna be start getting like straight up Arsenio Hall introductions, straight goods. So. You know what I mean? I'm working on it. I got my own music in the background and everything. So like we working on some things here. We
Hey,
working
can I
on
show you another
something.
side to your story? Because that's
Yeah.
great. Because look, for all of us. Oh, go ahead. She was about to read what she said.
No, I was
Go
gonna
ahead.
say, yeah, no worry. Yes, it's Valentine's Day and all. It's all right. It's all right. Thank you for being here. Anybody who made the sacrifice to be here, whether you single or otherwise engaged, definitely want to thank you for showing love. And here, it makes all the difference. Go ahead, Stan.
Yeah, I just want to say this: like all of us who have work, and I don't know if you guys do income tax in Canada. Okay, we pay for them services, right?
Yep.
And guess what? You entitled to those benefits. Entitled. Just like when we get saved and we're now the children of God, you're entitled to some privileges. You are a citizen, you pay taxes, you're entitled to get some help. That's one. Two, yeah, sir, you're 6 foot. But we're from the islands, right? Better you get help that way than
Yeah.
go out in the streets and be how Stella got her groove back. Because you know how that's how it turned out for us. What?
Man,
It's not true?
it's true. No, it's true. And that's the thing I was about to say. Like, I mean, again, it's not necessarily where we wanted to go to in the topic, but bro, I remember literally between 2008 to 2012, the four main situations that I had to get rid of in my life to actually start living my life.
Mm-hmm.
At every single turn, when I was really close to not just turning the chapter, turning the page, as somebody would say, but I'm talking about burning that book and writing my own book. Man, okay. Before this is the last story I'm gonna bring up, right? Okay. No, there we go. Yeah. There we go. Okay. I'm walking. It's hot summer. Walking down. I've done my job hunting for the day. Okay, boom. Walking up, going get some food. And a brother that is driving now. I have a friend that has a similar Jeep, and at first glance, I thought it was him. Man's driving the Jeep, and he's going down the street. Yui's and honks me. I'm like, yo, what up, my dude? What's going on? He's like, yo, where you going? I'm like, I'm going up the street. He's like, yo, follow in, get a ride. Stupid me didn't realize it wasn't my homie till I got in the car. So I was just like, okay, I'm in the car now. All right, cool. So my man goes, hey, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man? I'm like, okay. So I'm starting to try. The first thing I try to notice, I'm like, yo, this guy got a gun. So I started trying to look for, any of the places where I know a gun would be. No gun, at least not that I saw. Okay. But then one thing I did notice is like that pinky nail. It looked kind of pimpish. I was just like, but he ain't dressed like a pimp though. Like, so I was just like, what's going on right now? Like, I'm just like, I'm really assessing the situation. Okay. And so like, I'm sitting there and he goes to me, so, yo, like, let me ask you a question. Have you ever done porn? I said, what? I said, what? He's like, yeah, no, there's nothing to be.
I've done adult work.
Oh, yes. Yes, YouTube. I forgot. I'm on a journey on a business level. Thank you, Stan. Have you ever done adult work for the industry?
Come on, son.
Mm-hmm.
I said, no. He's like, would you ever consider it? I said, I don't really know. Like, I mean, if you had caught me, like,
and doesn't mean he was going to do it. He's trying to assess the situation.
You know what I mean?
Get out the car. That's
what you know what I mean. He's like, you. Just like,
so this is Caribbean.
He's just like,
No, Caribbean,
You know
we
what I
have
mean?
the absolute no, absolute yes. When you hear Caribbean person say a maybe, they looking for an exit. That's what
Yeah,
really
I'm trying
all
to find a
this
way out.
means.
Like,
Yes.
bro. So my man goes, oh, by the way, where are you going? I'm like, yo, I'm not about to tell this guy where I'm really going. I'm like, yo, pull off in that plaza right there. I was gonna go get some food over there. So man goes, all right. So he's like, yeah. So as I was saying, what about you never had you never wanted to try it? I was like, brother, if you had caught me like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, this would probably be a bona fide yes. But at this stage of the game, I was just like, nah, bro. He's like, this is the part. Hold on. This is I need a proper sound effect. I need a proper sound effect for this one.
A few moments later.
The man goes, yo, yo, but you look like you look like you got a decent sized package.
Y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife.
I was just like, what?
No.
How he know?
Bro, the man looked at me up and down and said, you look like you got a decent sized package. I said, you know what, man, like, that's just not for me. Like I said, if you had caught me like 5 years ago when I was kind of a degenerate and have no direction in life, and my mind was literally in my pinky toe, yeah, you might have got me on this, but it's not that time of day. The man goes, what, you afraid of you afraid of cunnilingus? I was just like, nah, bro, like it's nothing like that. He's like, we could put a mask over your face. It doesn't make no. I was just like, bro. I was like,
There are,
please.
for the grace of God, that's for anybody that's in adult work, because I know a few people. We're not poking, making fun of you. There are people that are called to do instructional adult material productions. I just, I'm goal strength there. That was the grace of God that got you out of it. But you see, that's what I'm talking about. Because we're tall, people either think that we're dumb or we sex crazed or we just willing to do everything. And people give us stuff for free.
Yeah,
But that's what I'm just
yeah,
saying. Like you, in that sense, like you were still in that phase of moving out and moving on. It's like Pinocchio, right? Pinocchio has so many chances and he just did not get
yep,
it. Like he just kept on going and going. And that's what it means to be. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like for us guys, we're all like Pinocchio. We're not a real man until we go through a lot of trials.
yep. And you know what the funny thing is as we talk about the day of love, and I remember a couple conversations that me and you were having
Mhm.
outside of the space, and I remember one thing I was basically I was trying to like encourage you to never feel like that you don't have, and I don't think you think this, but I would just wanted to kind of double down on it in the moment that we were
Mhm.
talking about, saying like regardless of what your relationship history was, never think that you don't have any tangible advice to give to anybody, or like your experience doesn't count. Your experience counts for a lot, because there's not a lot of people who would have gone through what you went through in
Mhm.
in your life experience, and still came out with a wholesome understanding and viewpoint, and I would say in some cases even a healed mindset and viewpoint. Right? There's some people who think like who have probably never been through what you've been through, or never been through what I've been through, and they definitely need some healing when it comes towards being in love or loving somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I'm
that's
still
definitely,
healing. I'm still healing. Like I'm still.
yeah,
Yeah, when a woman come at me and like she says something nice, I'm like, who sent you? I have to
right.
stop myself from saying it, but my mind, I'm like,
No, it's true. It is true, bro. It is true. No, it is true.
so I'm
It is
like,
true.
I left a coat church, so I don't like. They must send a new member I haven't met yet. So I'll be like,
Right? It's just like you start asking them questions like, when was your communion? When was your last communion? They're like,
what
what you
faith you?
talking about?
You
They're
know
like,
what I'm
what you
saying?
talking about? Which side of the church you sit on? Which side of the church? Like, I don't go to church. They're like, sir, what are these questions? But anyways, let's get into this now that we at this part of the part of the show. I man, that's one thing I missed out. I was supposed to get a whole intro for this. But anyways,
What question?
we
Did your
got
wife get her gift? Did she get it?
yeah, she did,
Okay.
bro. Like, bro, I wouldn't, man, if the amount of anger, listen, so okay. This is how angry I was. Okay, we
Okay.
left, went to get food.
Okay.
I literally got mad, got out the car. I think she said one thing to me, and like, I got mad. I didn't get mad at her. I was mad because
The
I
situation.
wanted the day to go a certain way for
Yeah.
her. You know what I mean?
When you said vex, I knew what it was. When you hear
Thank you.
Jamaican man says vex,
Thank you. Thank
it's
you.
not that he's mad at you. There's another word that he'll use or she'll use.
Yeah.
But when you hear vex, that means out of their control in
Yeah.
a situation, something not planned. What you
Yep.
need to do is breathe, hold it for 4 seconds, breathe out, and don't say nothing.
Bro, I didn't hold nothing for 4 seconds, bro. This is what I held for 4
No,
seconds.
no,
She was
for
like,
her.
maybe. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. No.
For the other people,
She's a champ. She's a champ. Like, I
no,
love
for
my
other people
wife.
who don't
She is
know,
a
who don't know
champ.
other people who
No,
don't know the
yeah,
culture.
yeah.
Take a deep
Yeah,
breath.
no, you
Hold it.
don't. Yeah. No,
We're not mad
I've
at
heard situations where people have been like, "Oh, why are Jamaicans so hot headed? Why are island folks so hot headed?" I'm just like, yo, you got there's unfortunately there's not a manual that comes with us. Y'all just got to learn by fire.
there's
But
levels. There's levels.
yeah, there's levels to that, bro.
So for you to get us mad, they're like, there was so much grace and forgiveness. There was so much grace and forgiveness. There was so much grace and forgiveness and you know, protection from God and the angels that once it get there, just take the rebuke because
Yeah, no. Once we get mad, it's a problem. It's an
yeah,
outright problem.
you did a
But
lot.
yeah. Listen. I was so vexed. Like, we went to get food. Okay, we had to stop to get food, and I was still literally triggered because I'm literally calling the delivery place on some like, where are you guys? I even emailed them back. I'm like, yo, so what? Like, are you guys gonna deliver my thing, or is this gonna be a refund? Like, and then they responded, here's your confirmation of your order. As you know, today's the Valentine's Day. It's busier than usual. I'm like, I don't care if it's busier than usual. My wife has not got her present, and I emailed you guys and paid for everything over 7 hours ago. Like, what are you trying to tell me right now? Man, yo, we're walking through Walmart. My son's enjoying himself, running from here to here. I'm like getting mad. I'm like ready to like, one guy walked past me fast and it was in his direction. I had to like hold my arm down. I was like, man, when they talk about being triggered this evening, I was, even up until starting the live, I was triggered with anger, all because my wife didn't get her present. I'm telling you, my wife had to calm me down. My wife was like, babe, like, it's not me. Like, she's like, and you know, she started to make, she actually brought the logic. She's like, babe, where is this place that you ordered it from? Now, this is the thing that actually kind of pushed me, and made me a little bit more vexed still. I'm not gonna lie. Because she goes, where did you order it from? I was like, okay, say like inner city, outer city, right?
Mhm.
We're in the inner city, we're in the downtown. Place where I ordered it from, when I checked the address, was outer city. Like, and we're not talking about like a 30-minute drive outer city, with like maybe 45 minutes on a good day without traffic. It was like, and I didn't check the address when I was ordering it. So she's like, she's like, where is it? I'm like, it's in Milton. She's like, well, that's why it's taking them so long. Look at the road. I was like, I don't want to hear nothing about this. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it at all. Don't bring this up to me. Don't bring this up to me. She's like, no, babe, I'm not saying that I'm trying to make excuses for them. I'm like, that's right. It's a business. They should have known from when I put the order in at 11 o'clock if they could make it. I gave them 6 hours to get it to the house. That's not my problem. She's like, yeah, but babe, she goes, you couldn't find a closer location. I just looked at her. I was just like,
Oh Lord, you suck your teeth.
bro, I was so vexed.
Oh,
I was so
Lord.
vexed. My wife was bringing the logic, and I wasn't trying to hear none of it, man. I was like, up.
Oh,
Y'all don't
no.
even understand. I was already 5 minutes late to start the live stream, and I heard the doorbell ring. And I literally, boom, down the stairs, right to the front door, opened it with the biggest smile on my face, seen it. It said Mrs. Conrad. I was like, yes. Came back, grabbed the scissors. She's like, ain't I supposed to open it? I was like, shut up. I was like, Kai, come over here. We're gonna present this to your mama. We sit there, got there, and I'm holding it up. I'm like, give your mama a hug and tell her you love her and happy Valentine's Day. He's like, I love you, mommy. Happy Valentine's Day. She's like, good thing you, baby. I was like, yes, this is the smile I've been living for every day. This is what I've been waiting to see all day. I really would have wanted to see this when I was at work and seen the picture come through. And she's like, "Oh, babe, thank you. I love you so much, man." The piece of poetry that I put down on that card, I put the extra special order on there and made them write down the card too. And I didn't give them a chance to put down no fake words. I gave them my words. I said, "You are the favor of God that has been given to me, and through you I have it. But I also have the nourishment of love. And without you, I cannot live."
Okay, Songs of Solomon.
Man, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let the church say amen. Songs of Solomon. As the honeydew rolls down your This is still a PG or G live stream.
No, how else we got here though? How else we got here?
You know what I mean? Wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Songs of Solomon. Like I said, my brother done took Bishop Paul Morton, I Need Thee, Oh, I Need Thee, and turned it into lyrics. Man, in the back of the car sitting there, I need you like the water needs the ocean needs the water or it'll run dry. I was like, how dare you take a hymn and turn it into lyrics? Anyways, we got Dr. Umar Johnson that at one point had visited the Harley Initiated podcast, and he had this to say.
That's the first thing I want to say.
Is it really?
Love is unconditional. If it's conditions on it, it ain't love. Truly love somebody. Truly. Here's the thing about love. Love is unconditional. That's the first thing I want to say.
Is it really?
Love is unconditional. If it's conditions on it, it ain't love. It's a contract. And that's okay if both of you agree on those terms. She may agree. We have a pleasure contract. We got an economic contract where you're going to take care of me. And as long as you take care of me, I'm going to be your woman. The Puff Daddy arrangement. You feel me? That works for some people. No, you have women like that. You have men like that. Right. I'm going to.
Yeah, I'm going to just pause it there for a minute. We don't promote any Puff Daddy contracts over here, okay? I understand what he meant.
Or something else. That was not it.
Nah, he missed with that one. I can understand what he's saying in like an umbrella term, but overall, we don't promote that.
They never came back and took care. That was a different type of contract they had.
Yeah, no, that was a sign-in baby oil contract.
Yeah, that was.
You got a fingerprint here, booty mark there. Like, good God Almighty. Anyways, let's continue.
Love is unconditional. If it's conditions on it, it ain't love. It's a contract. And that's okay if both of you agree on those terms. She may agree. We have a pleasure contract. We got an economic contract where you're going to take care of me. And as long as you take care of me, I'm going to be your woman. The Puff Daddy arrangement. You feel me? That works for some people. No, you have women like that. You have men like that. Right. I'm going to floss you up. And as long as I floss you up, you're going to be loyal to me. But that's a contract. That's not love. Contracts are different from love. Why? Contracts are conditional. Right. Love is unconditional. If I love my.
Okay, so Stan, as we're sitting here talking and we know some of the terms and analogies that he's used from a biblical sense and otherwise, right? Now, I guess because it's me and you, and I mean, if M3 was here, I wouldn't change my question anyway, or Sophisticated or anybody was here, I wouldn't change my question anyway. And this kind of popped into my mind because it wasn't around any of the questions I originally had. But are humans? I mean, we've been taught that technically humans aren't capable of agape love.
I'm going to sit in a single person place and ask you the question, what is agape?
I dislike you right now. So
it's the year 2025.
No, agape.
Like these other panels when they go ahead and they single, and I'm like, what you talking about relationship, Willis? What you talking
Yeah.
about?
So
So
agape love is more of a Greek term,
okay.
generally speaking, and it's used to describe love from, let's say, the omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent being, right? So God, it is the love from God to his creation. It is unconditional. It is love. It is grace. It is forgiveness. It is, you failed me today, but I don't love you any less today or tomorrow than I did before.
Mhm.
And so the reason why I asked that question is because I think I genuinely don't know. Even when I look at the confines of my own marriage,
Mhm.
I can definitely say I've grown where I'm way more tolerant,
Mhm.
but that's also because I'm tolerated. You get what I'm saying? So
Okay.
it's the two-way street. I
Okay.
even know how to tolerate because I've seen somebody tolerate, right?
Yes.
Whereas in just the aspect of the word agape, we don't really take into account from God's position that grace and that forgiveness that's out there, because I don't know for everybody, but it may take on a different connotation or a different meaning when you talk about God, as in you talk about, like, even between homies, like me and you are brothers. Could we have agape love for each other in terms of being willing to always forgive each other, tolerate each other beyond a certain measure? Or
No,
do
because we're
we
from
consistently
no
have that
brother.
line in the sand?
There's a line in the sand. We're from the islands. Don't play with us.
It's true though. It's true.
Like I maintain all of my Caribbean relationships from high school and middle school, and some of them since I was 2 years old, because there was a line in that sand, and we all stuck by that line in that sand, and we all grew together with
Mhm.
that line in that sand. That's what I'm gonna let people know. And we still love each other, let people grow, and let them run their own race, and they need to, and that's it. That line in that sand work. That boundary work. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Now back to me being single and universal. Taking off my Caribbean hat.
Oh man.
um, like, look, that's a supernatural love, and even you said it right. You grow because the experience, and when you have two kids, right?
Yeah.
That love that's there. You probably an uncle as well. That love is there's a love and the bond that's there that you just can't you just can't copy it, and transfer is different, right?
Yeah.
Um, like for people, and I'm looking at the other side, people will go ahead and throw that at you, and the expectation is, eh, we're supposed to express agape because we're faith based. I'm trying to be universal, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. 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 No, 100%.
um,
No, 100%. I'm with you.
so they're abusing it. Like, well, you're supposed to forgive me, but you did something that crossed the boundary that hurt me, and you just count on that, but you're not living it yourself. You just want
Right.
me to live it, so you benefit from it.
Right.
And that's the side of it where it's like, yo, I hear it. That's nice. But you know what? I'm human. And that's something that was
Hmm.
both to take to God. But don't cross my sand. Just don't cross it. Because I'm from
No.
the islands and I have a machete. It's not
Stop this. We stop this. Stop it now. We use machetes to cut grass, not
yeah, please
people.
don't get me please don't get me vexed. Today's word is vexed. Please don't get me
Today's
vexed.
word is vex. All right, I got to create a slide for that next live stream. What did we learn, class? Like last live stream, we learned the word vex, VEX, not to be confused with yeah, ED. I'm vexed. It's
Yeah.
always in the past tense. Anyways, so okay, so here's the thing now, right? How do we, as men, properly establish that line going into a relationship?
But here's something, right?
Or do we like, have we done it before? If not, is it possible for us to do? What level of work or communication would it take for us to relay that in a way where it can be received without seeming toxic?
It's only toxic because you don't get something that you wanted, and I say no to it. Okay. Um, so just saying, like, okay, but as a single person, like, yo, like, that's not something I will go around preaching. That'll be something that I have to go around living. And guess what? That is also kind of some form of leadership. I think this is my thought, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's certain things I just won't do. There's certain things I won't do to others because in long term this is not going to be good for this person. I don't hang out
Yeah.
long term. I don't think this is good for you. So that's probably a way for me to express love, is like putting a boundary there to protect you. You're an adult. You can do anything you want, but while you're in my presence, you're protected. While you're in my presence,
Mm.
I take care of you. While you're in my presence, you're safe.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's
yeah.
how I can only see it. Um, because I'm already like a father, caregiver. I have my own people I need to return to at night. Get home to and protect. Right. So
Yeah.
out of that, this is all I can offer you. Can't offer you anything more because I'm not God. That's not my place. Is to replace God. Like, there's something, if you want that type of love, that's the spiritual love. You gotta get that for yourself.
But you know what's funny? And I mean, this is just all hitting me in my head as we're talking, because again, for this being a men's mainly a men's self-improvement channel,
Hmm.
and I put a post the other day, a short, talking about to young men about how to build skills and just eat, whether it's charisma or to even speak with women, right? And I said, yo, when you're in high school, go get a job at like a clothing store, sports store, grocery store, somewhere where you got to interact with frontline customers, especially women. And one, you're going to learn very fast on what you got to do and how you got to be real adaptable, how to speak to them. But you just hit me with something, and I'm just like, I'm sitting there thinking, and I'm like, I've always believed that it is perfectly fine when especially as a young man, to establish a line that is not separate from who you are. So
Hmm.
just like you just said, in terms of providing that safety and that protection, there's a lot of and this is why it's important, even as Titus 2 says, for the mothers to really train the daughters how to love their husband, because if they do that, and that comes from the mother in the home, providing that that's the element, that's not everybody's element, obviously enough, but if they do have that element, it's important for those mothers to train their daughters in that way, so that way, the same way dad protects mom and the family, if she leaves from her house, she goes to school, and let's say me and Stan are there, and me and Stan are providing the same level of protection her father is, yet still we're not tied to her. And we're not doing that because we're trying to win on her, right? We have a genuine care that goes from us and that is extended to those that are within our circumference. We're not doing it to make ourselves, and this isn't a competition. I'm gonna see who, if Stan can protect her better than I can, or I can protect her better than Stan can, because at the end of the night she's gonna choose one of us. No, it's not about that. It's about just me being who I am. And a lot of guys from a young age have been turned off of love because that's the way they learned love initially, which was to be, they out of them, they were genuinely nice, they were genuinely an older brother, they were genuinely a father figure. Man, I got to a point where with myself that, like, as I was getting older, out of high school, going through college, and then beyond that, even into the work, before I met my wife, whereas the minute I heard a girl say, oh, you're like a bigger brother, I'm like, you're cut. I'm like, you're cut. because I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have the grace to extend myself beyond where where I want to extend myself. I had that at one point and it kept getting run over. And so now every time I try to stretch it out that far, there's part of that love there's a part of me that's not healed. And so every time I go to stretch it out, it hurts to go. Like, I'm immediately fearful of stretching out that far. And I think that's where a lot of men and a lot of women are, or have been at general points. And even if we are healed partially, we're not healed fully.
Yeah, there's certain parts where I learned from the South, right? Just making sure I get people to their cars, making sure you turn on your engine and your lights, and making sure that you roll off in front of me, right? Um, if I'm dropping you off, making sure you get into your house or the building, correct? A lot of times that gets lost because it'll seem like it could be people think it's transactional, or like you said before, people are looking for something. I think we have gotten to this place where we don't honor the men who do it. Like you said, when somebody say like it's like, oh, I see your brother in you. Just say thank you. You don't need to say
Yeah.
that. Like nobody wants to hear that stuff. It's really not pleasant to hear it.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. And you know what the funny thing is? Yeah. There's one for the ladies. Stop telling. I don't care if they're your age, younger. Doesn't matter if you're in high school, if you're grown up and you done had life experiences. Don't go around telling man, oh, like you'd be a really great friend or you'd be a really great brother. You don't know where that man's mind is at. Like you said, he could have been trained. Like he could have been well trained and he's well groomed and he has a certain level of decorum and ethics code. I used to call it like the true GQ. True GQ, that stands for gentleman's quarry. That's not about who looks the best. That's a higher level of sitting. So, ladies, you got to know that when you talking about a man as GQ, are you talking about him from his aesthetic, just the way he looks, or are you talking about him from the foundations and the principles that he holds and holds himself to? Because that's what will protect women. It is
Yeah,
not my good looks. It's not my ability to be charismatic. It is the fact that I have a foundational principle and set of principles that goes beyond how you interact with me. And I don't need you to interact with me in a way to unlock this. And I think that's what's missing in for women anyways, in them getting to even receive love, true love, from men. And it's kind of sad, really, because like even when we're going through the R&B sessions on the intellectual soapbox side, I'm like, that's great, bro. I mean, like, you know what I mean?
but
Because
there was another
huh?
side to that, right? Women was grateful for it,
Yeah.
and there was a gratitude. We have gotten away from being gracious. We have gotten away from being thankful, right? And I'm going to help. And I just want to help some of the women, right? Instead of saying "I see you like a brother," one thing you can say is, "Hey, you're gonna make you're gonna make some woman like a great husband someday." Like, give us some
Mhm.
blessings. Like, I really appreciate you for doing this. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for like making sure I get to my car. Okay, it means a lot. Just do that, because there's some people out here. You could see some YNSs in front of your car, they're gonna let you go for it, and they'll just walk off and just like know you're gonna be in trouble. But they like, well, she could figure out with the YNS. Like, are you serious? But that's the times we're living in, and we do have to go backwards because, yo, you're not an island. Everybody needs somebody.
Yep. No, it's true, and that's the problem, you see. And I mean, it's furthered and sometimes it ignited by so many different things within society.
Yeah.
But ladies, we really got to y'all. And there's a certain amount of us brothers that will help you. I can say if you were asking me this maybe like 10 years ago, I would have said kick rocks barefoot walking into the oncoming traffic of the highway. But like I'm healed now, you know
Ooh,
what I mean?
Lord.
So
What
I'm
part of
healed now.
Jamaica
So
were you was 10 years ago?
Trust me, I was that. The angry brother that like he may like to everybody else. He doesn't seem like anything's wrong with his life, but
Were you
every
like
day
a
the man just
road?
angry.
Were you a road like a road boy?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Man, I do the
Yes, I
road
was
every
like,
day,
oh
you know,
my
dog.
god.
Yeah, man. Man, I do the road every day, dog. You see when we dip on the road, I'm there with the dogs, them. That's when my all
Okay, you're
right.
from the mountains,
You
huh?
see,
Cause you
yeah, man, dog. When we dip on the road, them. You see, man, I say,
look,
man, a
that's the
man
way
wake
my
up in the
father
morning.
be.
Man, a man
That's how my
wake up in
father.
the
That's
morning time and just go to Duns River Falls and just wash one face and just sit on by the stream side and give God thanks in the morning. You know what I mean? And just sit on there so and go on. But more times when we're there with the dogs, I'm all right. But you see, when we're operating in a civilized manner and them things that them ways, more times we get hearted, dog.
see, my father is the same way. My father's a Haitian Dominican, right? We
Yeah.
took to a Mexican restaurant, and he look around, and then he's like, because there was like a lot of men in there were having dinner with their wives and stuff. And he's like, why are they here? They don't cook. He work. They didn't work. I'm like, and then he said it in Spanish. I was like, oh, you trying to get us killed?
Yeah, like please just hold it down. What do you mean hold it down?
He was like that. I was like, he was like, why are they here? They don't cook at home. Like he work. Like that's why he's eating here. Why he have to feed you too? I'm like,
Jeez. I could have swore I just heard somebody come up, but I guess not. Just before we go on and get to react to the rest of this, shout out to DK. He's in the building. He said he's training in YouTube. In other words, he's learning YouTube.
okay.
Salute to you for being over here. You're what? Yo, bro. Yo,
They mean cooked?
yo, I don't even care. I don't even care. You see, this is where I don't have grace for. Okay, I don't even care. The man, did you see what he said?
The accent is coming out, sir. I want you to breathe.
Did you see what he said?
Your accent is
No,
coming out.
hold on. Stop the show. Stop the show. I don't
Oh,
care. I don't care. Hold on.
I
What?
saw it.
Did you see what the man said?
Hmm.
The man said you are CUCKED. What?
Like you pinky. You're
Yo,
not.
bro,
Yeah.
don't ever come back on this side of YouTube again, bro. And trust me, I'm really like, bro, more times I keep it calm and settle, whoever that was. But DK, don't ever come back on this side of YouTube again. I will make it so you never able to create another account again.
Mm.
Don't ever come on this channel and utter such words in this chat again. And trust me, I will know it's you because ignorance has a pattern of speech. Don't ever come in this channel on any The Real platform and utter any disgraceful, ignorant words like that again. This is your one warning, and you're already banned off this page. So please, don't ever do that in this live again. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what your normal is. If you have no decorum, don't come over here because this is not the place for it. Jesus.
You know what? That's actually segue. That's actually a form of agape love. That is, you're teaching him a lesson, and you gave him grace. You gave him a warning, and you let him know that he's welcome to come back afterwards.
Oh no, he's not welcome to come back.
Oh,
No, there's
but
no agape in that. I'm just
okay.
going to tell the truth. I don't want any type of degeneracy like that over here. Not on this channel. There is no grace for that. There is no grace for that. I will not accept it. I've seen that stuff go down in other spaces where some of the other hosts of those platforms should do exactly what I just did, and it doesn't get done. And these stuff
Yeah.
are allowed to sit in the comment section. No, not on this channel. You're not going to come in. No.
That's still he's learning the lesson.
Yeah, you learned a lesson, all right. Don't you nor your friends, don't none of y'all come back over here. I got a particular set of skills, and I will find you. No Lorraine Hill. Anyways, let's move on.
My queen. What if she comes home one day and say, hey, baby, I don't want to work this. I don't want to be a lawyer no more. But if I only married her because I like the way her law degree looks on Dr. Umar in public, you see how this goes? She's changing. But if I love her, okay, baby, that's what you don't want to do. You want to go into something else. Let's do it. Love is when you love somebody, you are 100% unapologetically and unconditionally committed to that person's best interest, even if it is to your loss.
Now that last part is where I disagree with him. And let me just adjust my volume here because I kind of popped there and I don't want to do that. Where I disagree with his last statement, where you love them even if it hurts you or sets you back or something like that. I think there's a way to love people without causing setbacks, right? It's the same thing that we were kind of saying to Alexa, right?
Yeah.
There's a way to be friends, but you don't like our friendship shouldn't cause life stagnation.
No.
It shouldn't be a stumbling block, right? That's why, like, even like where as far as it goes with communion, right? Facts. You're right. That was some disrespecting. That's exactly it. I'm not gonna put up with that. Yo, listen, real talk, and this is a business move for anybody who's into content creation and you're talking about, like, I'm just gonna break from the topic for a minute just to put this out there. It's little stuff like that YouTube will go back and literally review your channel and review your comments. And when you think you should be monetized, you don't get monetized because of foolishness like that. So, no offense, on one hand, this platform is a business. I have no time to slow down business to try and give grace to somebody who has no decorum and it may be even trolling. But how we would look at that and be like, oh, this person doesn't know it, or they clearly don't know how to speak English, or whatever, they're using a translator or whatever, maybe it came out wrong, whatever it is. Yo, if that is the case, great. But I need YouTube to know that I don't stand for that. This is a two-pronged platform over here. We're here to encourage people. We're here to get them out of the foolishness of this world and get them into thinking on a higher level. But definitely, this is also a business. And while it may not pay the bills in my house, if God blesses me to be able to use this to pay the bills in somebody else's house, you're not gonna stop this progress. And I ain't got no qualms about drawing that line in the sand to anybody. I've said my piece, and I'm gonna clip it. I'm gonna put it because you done pissed me off. To God be the glory. As we were saying, I disagree with what he's saying. A friendship or love should never cause you to lose in life. Like, I mean, yeah, on one hand, but when it regards like relationships, it's always said that, especially where like marriage, it's like the common talking point is, oh, for better or for worse. There's always going to be a for better or for worse, but for better or for worse doesn't mean you have to lose. And that's, I've lost in life. I've truly lost in life. I can say that, right? And I'm pretty sure you can say that at certain points. Everybody in the chat can say that at certain points. But when you start losing because of a relationship or a friendship, at that point, that's just bad decision making. Or am I missing something? What do you think?
Yeah, that's bad decision making.
Yeah, like man, like I can't do that. I'm not gonna. Yeah, it's one thing if I make myself lose, but if I allow you to enable me to lose, I can't do that. I can't do that. Well, we kind of went through what agape love was. We touched on this, being afraid to love.
Oh. As I look away.
As you look away from the camera. Oh my days. No, but you know what the thing is? It's like, transparently speaking, right?
Yeah.
I admitted this when I had my daughter, and I kind of use her not to kind of like get sympathy, but if she's in her passing, and me and my wife do talk about this, that she's personally taught me so much things and made me grow so much, right? Never admitted that I was afraid to open up my heart or who I am and really love somebody sacrificially. I give for my wife, I give for my, and some people will be like, that doesn't make any sense. You mean it took you to have a whole kid before you started loving your whole family sacrificially? It's not what I'm saying. But in another way, that is what I'm saying. There's a level of sacrifice that I was okay with giving when I met my wife, or when we were dating, or when we were courting, or when we were engaged.
Yeah.
Right. And I do think every man should have a line in the sand drawn at those stages, but we'll get there. But when my daughter passed, I didn't realize that I had jumped over that line so far that the
Can you explain
fear,
that?
huh?
Can you explain that? You mean she passed?
So when she passed, because she passed at the age of 2,
Okay.
right? So she was born with a disease that like there's no cure for. It's called Zellweger's. It basically stops the brain from fully developing, and then because of that, the areas of the brain that don't fully develop, it stops certain organ growth. So like the liver and the kidneys from fully developing, and then
Wow.
from there, it's like certain motor skills, right?
Yeah.
Also can literally affect speech, hearing, sight, right? So some of the major main things. But then, being a child of God, my faith was always that God can heal her, but she never got healed of that disease, right? But
Mhm.
I don't want to say oddly enough, but my faith never waned in God. You get what I'm saying? And when she passed, I actually, like, I sunk,
Yeah.
because individually I had opened myself up to a point that I never thought I would open myself up.
Yeah.
And I thought I was there in marriage, and I didn't realize it wasn't until she passed that I realized the kid had taken me so much further away from being afraid to fully open up.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because that
Mhm.
fear had always been there. It was there in high school. It was there in college. It was there after college. It was there through many different relationships. And, whether it was a self-sabotage situation or I look for an early exit, whatever it was, I had always been afraid to love. I'd always been afraid to be nice, because my love and my niceness is always being taken for granted.
Yeah.
And this is the thing where I think a lot of women, where they're frustrated with men, but they're not understanding that you're getting what's left of us out of fear, and maybe not necessarily just fear, but they keep hitting against the safeguards. Does that make sense?
Mhm. Yeah.
Where it's just like they're trying to get through to us at a certain level, and they can't, because we have literally implemented safeguards to keep us from getting too far into love beyond a point where we feel like we're not in control of it. I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, like
No.
that's scary. That has always been scary for me, and to a degree, it's still scary for me now. Like, there's some days where, like, I'll hear some things on the news, and I'll think about my wife, and I'm like, yo, I could never in a million, please, Lord, please, please, because you know how people say, no, nobody go and run goat smart. Don't go it smart and go speak things in existence when I go on. And I no, it's just like, I hate to, even with my son, there's with all these funny man things going in the world, talking about, oh, you can do this and you can be this. I'm just like, mm. I'm like, no, no, please let me leave my family out of this. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
again,
Like,
go ahead, man.
no, I was gonna say, like, even when you hear like a kid's prayer, it was so different. Like mine's is like, She wanted protection from terrorism. She
Mm.
wanted protection from anybody that want to bring a gun in school. Like their prayer is so different now,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's so like wow. Like I didn't even think of that when I was a kid. Wanting parents to be home when they come back from school, like it gives you insight of how much stress and worry that they have.
yeah,
Uh, because it's like, yo, like it's a very crazy world out there. Um, yeah, because it's, for me and mine, I let people know it's a pushback, right? Because my PTO is for her, right?
mm,
And also for like, my mom is elderly, so I help out with my sister, with my mom, right?
yeah,
And like, oh, take some days off from work. And I'm like, I already told you, like, I don't have PTO. My days off is on the weekday. Well, you could do it just one time. No, I can't.
mm,
I'm in charge of a little one. Like, I can't do that.
yeah,
And then I get called selfish. But like it's like it's different because like I can't give you something I don't have. And also I'm not willing to give that up because this person is depending on me to be there. And
yeah,
also it's not about me anymore now.
mm-hmm,
Because of this is how she gonna view God. Because I'm the man of the house, right?
yeah,
Me loving her, me being there for her, me providing is going to be the concept of her relationship with God. Also, a
yeah,
concept she'll have when she get married. So, me and her, we have this thing. I like no more. Like you will never get an evil stepmother. I know some women gonna be mad at me, but
Dead.
but like
Bro, don't
kids
get beat
see,
up on my hat on my account.
but other shit. But kids see what other kids are going through, dealing with stuff, right? And they have little fears, and I'm just like, okay, I gotta be a lot mindful of how I move and operate, and keep everything divided so
yeah,
they don't overlap. Um, because that's it. I have to, in order for everybody to get a piece of me and be happy, I do have to divide everybody,
yeah.
not have
No,
overlap.
no, 100%. And it's funny. I'm not gonna say necessarily who, because of certain reasons, but I remember somebody said to me one time, they were like, "Oh, um, can't don't you have this person, a grandma or grandpa that can just pick up the kids?" I was like, "Pardon you?" I was like, "Pardon you?" And I just kind of sat there and looked at them. I said, "No," and I just kind of walked off because and here's this is still all encompassing of love and giving it. We're talking about it on a parental level, but it's just like, yo, I'm not going to shift my execution of this love for your expectation for me to be able to, let's say, still provide care
Hmm.
through a different avenue or different means, or I can take a little bit from here and give it to here. Doing that in certain cases can be detrimental, like you said, because especially with our children, sons and daughters, they depend on mothers and fathers to really instill the levels of love in them to a very high degree. And it's funny because I remember one time me and my wife, we were in it, we were having an argument, and she actually taught me something about love, but she didn't phrase it that way. She said to me, um she said, the issues that we go through in our relationship, in our marriage, they're sacred. I was like, ooh, ooh. Like, and I mean, to one degree, she was like, okay, like, don't be throwing no posts at me. Don't be throwing this at me. Don't be throwing that at me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But then the day after, she came to me and she's like, what happens in our marriage is sacred.
Mm.
And I sat down and I shut up. And she's like, what? And I'm like, I'm listening. Go on. Like, I'm actually like, she's opening my mind up to
Yeah.
an to a higher level Like this is put it in a book, pull a conference. That's 5,000 people. The issues, love makes bad times sacred.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's like when I was younger, I could never understand where my grandmother would say this. Nobody come go on the street, go and tell people say me do this and tell people say me do that. Because at the end of the day, as much as it may not be all the way right, there is an aspect of love in it. We're not talking about like abuse.
No.
Let's just put that out there to the viewers. We're not talking about, hey, yo, I mean, I'll punch you in your face or beat you down with a skillet. No. This is not abuse or essay or any of that. But there's certain times where we feel that we want to go and vent and not realizing that the issues that we are encompassing within the confines of a friendship, a relationship, even as Alexis said, like, you know, finding a way to relay something without it being seen as like negative or demeaning or anything like that. It takes the other person to acknowledge that they love you enough to be able to listen to you without a bias. And that's not always easy. Like that, I feel like that has to be learned. As I had to learn that with my wife. I tell you the truth.
Yeah, because I want to fix it. I don't want to
Yeah.
hear it. I want to fix it. You're telling me the same problem. I don't want to hear it again. 2 times is too much. I mean, you have to
No,
tell
that's
me about
facts.
Shirley. He's like, Shirley. I'm like, do we need to go handle Shirley real fast?
No,
Do we
it's
just pull up, right? Because this is the 4th time you tell me about Shirley.
yeah,
What
like
you need me to
what's
do?
going
You want
on?
me to drive? Like, what's up?
Yeah, man. No, it's true. It's so true. And it's just like when we talk about this when we talk about love, right? And this is why like I mean Valentine's Day is just kind of like it was like an open doors, alley-oop, right? But like, you know, we've gotten away, especially as Black people, we've gotten away from I dare I say our love, if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense because
You know what I mean? Because like our love it hits different. Like sometimes I'll be sitting there, I'll be sitting there listening to like an old Teddy Pendergrass or an old Marvin Gaye or an old Luther Vandross song, and it's one of them crybaby songs. Like the
it's not even the cry. It's like your heart. Now I gotta say this. I need to say this for this generation. If you are a mix and mix upon mix, this also includes you. You are not brand new underneath the sun. You've been part of Black history over and over again. You are not brand new. This you are included in this conversation. So don't act like this is the side of your family you don't know. We'll get to know it because it also
Yeah.
includes you too. Because some of us ain't get here without you. Haiti is one of them. That's why you're in the other color of the flag. So stop the BS.
Right.
Now we go back to regular schedule program.
Well,
Yeah, man, Black
obviously,
love is the ability to go through what you go through and still want to be connected with someone on an intimate level, and to not have what everybody else has, but to see it grow from your kids to the grandkids to the great grandkids, to see generations because you said yes.
Mm-hmm.
All that happened because you said yes.
No, that's true. That's true.
That little dash between your life,
Mm-hmm.
beginning and the end of your life, that little dash because you said yes. Now you're seeing generations. But we don't think like that anymore. What we're thinking of is like, I only got a couple of time of this good God left. You know, I only got a few years left. YOLO, FM, you know, fear of missing out.
Yeah, FOMO.
I gotta go out and da da da. I gotta go to Dubai. You know, my family has something about Dubai. You send no money back home, you go to Dubai. Good luck with that plane landing. You go to other people's country and you don't support your own country.
No,
Don't be
it's
posting no
true.
trips from the islands. Don't be posting your trips on no Facebook. But anyway,
No,
go ahead.
it's true. No, it's true, bro. It's true. Don't sit there and be on some, oh, you know, I'm gonna go live it up. Y'all had your chance. Y'all could have been there on the beach with me. Nah, homie, like the whole job was for you to probably help us get to the beach. And you know what the thing is
Yeah.
if we're being real,
Yes.
and not to play on the name of the platform, but if we're being transparent, if we're being real, we
Mhm.
want. And brother, I'm not gonna lie. Like, yes, me and you, and I've never met you. I've never met M3. I've never met Sophisticated. I've never met Will, at least not yet. And never. There's the guys that we interact with and the women we interact with. Haven't had the chance to meet Grace, but yo, y'all like, I get hit with 100 milli. You think that I'm not saying, hey, 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 I think you need a vacation, big fella. I can't because my job said I can't. I'm your job for the next we go figure it out. Forward.
Man, I said, give me a
Yeah,
contract.
like
Give me a
there's
contract.
something it said,
Give me a
of
contract.
course, I'll give you a contract for sure. For sure. For sure. Instantly. Don't worry. I'm
My
gonna send you a
goal,
year's salary just to make it sweeter.
look,
I'm gonna give you a year's salary and then just say, hey,
like my goal in life,
say that
right?
again.
My goal in life, right, is like I want to be a stay-at-home dad. Like my little one just turned 13, and I'm thinking like, oh, I really only have a really small years left. Like
Yeah.
small. I remember when I was that age, my parents had a divorce, and that age was
Mm,
so important because I remember all my friends with their fathers, and they were spending more times with their fathers, and I only see my father for like limited time, and I was kind of like the guy that just learned from everybody else's father and not mine because of divorce, right? And I never want her to,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
some woman or some other kids will come in and will stop me being there for her, and I just didn't want to have that
Yeah.
carry for her, and just to see the smile and because she's secure and just to see her so happy in that security, I'm like, yo, like, yeah, this is why I do these panels. Like, we'll have to go to the next level myself personally because I don't mind being a stay at home dad. I'm that person. I like that stuff. I like picking her up from school, taking her to
And
school.
we're
You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that stuff because like every year with your
listen.
kid, it's a new
Oh
kid,
my days.
it's a new person. It's like they used to
There
like,
is
and now they're like, I only read that. I read this novels. I don't do this graphic novels no more. I'm like, what? An Xbox,
oh my days.
you know what I'm saying? Xbox, when you bought me that was sold last year. You're like, oh my bad.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know that they could take a controller and play video games directly to their phones. I did not know. Like I just didn't know. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my god. Like it's like all that stuff and I don't want to miss it. So yeah, that's why I do what I do. But it is the fear, it's not even the fear anymore. I stay in my lane because I've already been told so many times I can't love you because you take care of your mom. I can't love you because your family needs you. I can't love you because you have a kid. Right? I hear that. And then the other side is
Man.
I can love you, but I need you to do this for me. I can love you, but I don't want, you spend too much time with your daughter, which is not really true. Like it's scheduled because I have a life here and I take care of my brother who's autistic, right? So like and I help him with his stuff. Because my mom had a stroke. So my mom was the primary caregiver. So I'm
Yeah.
now taking care of him and making sure that he keeps up with ADLs and he does his like he has to do his daily stuff, right? Um
Hmm.
some women are like, yo, you take care of too many people. But I'm like, yo, that's what it means to be a man in my culture. I can't go
That's
around
what it means to be a man in every culture. Oh
are we
my days.
sure
You know what?
though?
Yo, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that I took this. I'm gonna take this bit. And if y'all go to the Not Angry Man, what's the other guy? Ugly Money. Ugly Money TV. Yo, if y'all ever go to his channel, this guy will be doing this on a regular basis. And yo, just only because I got 13% of power, and I don't want to end the stream off on a bad note. So me and Stan are gonna cap this, but this is how we're gonna cap this, and this is for all you ladies. Okay, where's my war sound? Yeah, here it is. What do you mean you're not going to love a man because he's got too much people to love? That's the perfect man that you need to be sitting there looking and saying, we need to form a partnership, a marriage, and not be Ike and Tina Turner, but be a power couple. That is the exact man that you want to be a power couple with. That man is a man who will love you unconditionally. That man is a man who is going to be able to understand how to lift up the foundation when you can't get out of bed. You're going to sit there and talk about he taking care of too many people. That is the problem. You are not Zeus. You're not Hera. You're not none of that. And this is the problem, because we've sat there and tried to sit there and say, we need to be worshiped and lifted up, high and lifted up. Oh Lord, no, we are not God. We are not. And people have to get this through their head. We're going to miss out on good love because we want to be worshiped like God. The last person that happened to got kicked under the rocks. His name is Lucifer. Check him out.
And don't forget Jezebel.
So we're not going to, man, we ain't even going to talk about, at
ended.
least not in this episode. We're not going to talk about
We
it.
know how she ended, because, oof. Yeah. But that's one podcast I mentioned that, like, to date now is I need to worship and adore you. All I am right now, right, as a man, how I see myself, single man, I see myself as, I say S&M, sex, money, and seed. That is as a man, that's my value. I'm only here for sex. I'm only here to make you money, give you money, and seed. When you need that's it. And you don't need me nothing else. And that's how
this
I
is
see myself
raw
as a
and
modern
real.
man. But that's a modern
This
man
is raw
role.
and real, because I don't even think that we as just general man that it's been even regarded as sex, because they got robots with batteries that can do that. I heard one pastor said that's why y'all women is so messed up, because y'all sitting there got batteries doing what a man, you're thinking that the man should be able to do what the battery can do. That's not the case. But anyways, we digress. We digress.
Right?
The
sex is not even the act of sex, right? The sex is like,
say that again.
The sex is not even the act of sex. The sex is because I'm present, it draws more people to you. Because how did you get him? A lot of times you feel like a great day, or I feel like a great thing in a small little purse, right? In the modern relationship, that's the value of a man. I remember when I used to model, right? They told us straight up, "You're just a male. Tyson Burford and Shamar Moore is not you gonna be. You just backdrop. That's all you're ever gonna be in your life. You don't matter here. You're just a man, and you just prop, right?" But then after that, I saw that in college. I'm just prop. Sit down. Men don't have no rights. Take it. Saw that in my job. Sit down. Right? Now you see it more and more in dating life. I'm like, yo, that's all I am. I mean, that's something we don't talk about the modern man. Like, the modern man, yeah, it's sex in a sense because it brings you value that you have so many men coming after you, worshiping you. Money because everything is so transactional. And when you want a child,
don't let Bruiser hear you say that. Don't let Bruiser hear you say that. Bruiser. No, I know.
But that's that when you look at it, right?
Yeah.
That's when you hear on like these conversations, right? It's like they call you sassy because we speak up. Okay, you don't like what we're going through and what we're talking about. We're complaining. We're like women, right? How dare you say anything? The men will shut down again. And ladies, when men shut down, it's not going to be good because he'll check out. And now what you look at, right? The stuff I sent you, millennials. You're talking about men that's like from 30 to 45. They're not dating at all. And the ones younger than them, we're talking about from 18 to 29.
They're just chilling.
They don't want to
date. They're like, date what? Yeah, they're like, date what? What do you mean date? What is that?
They checked out.
What is
And now
that?
you gotta look at that. Like they seen divorce, they seen the outcome of those relationships. And like you said, you and I, we said we were afraid to love. You got married. Me, I'm just like, yo, when I see it, it's gonna be a tug of war. Because it's like, well, you need to put this family member in an old folks home. This one you
Mm.
didn't put him in a home. Your daughter already got a mother, so why is she here? It's already conflict. It's only date number one. Like,
See,
like
I-
what's going on?
that actually brings up something. This is where literally I'm gonna end it because
Yeah.
again, I got like 10% battery. I really don't want the live to get shut off because of this. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
make sure I cap it quick, and then I'm gonna go to you for closing thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, let me fix my camera. You know what I mean? Okay, let me just
You want to put it
hear
on
me.
you real quick? Put it on you. Like put it.
Go to the
There you go.
monolithic.
Yep.
Ladies, gentlemen, I'm gonna say this one time, okay? Dating and talking means nothing. You see, when men get to that point of courting and engagement, that is something. That's where decisions on life and the structure and how we're gonna have our home is gonna be. Lastly, if a man, and to quote Trip Fontaine, that brother's a smooth brother. To quote Trip Fontaine, if a man has the ability to come and not just provide substance, but actually impact and provide infrastructure because he has the know-how, the capability, it's within his mind and his mental structure to be able to provide infrastructure in a relationship, you don't get to dictate the terms on that. Because that man has been anchored long before you came along, and he's going to need that anchor to keep him anchored even when you can't keep him anchored. So leave the man and let him be as responsible as God needs him to be, and as responsible as the things need him to be, and the people around him need him to be. You're not going to get put to the back burner. And if you have a sense of fear that you can't be loved unless you're put up on the pedestal, then honey, you don't need a relationship. You need therapy. Closing thoughts, sir.
Ooh, that needs to be
I got 5% battery.
That needs to be a clip. That's all I got. That needs to be a clip.
Oh, it is. We got brother LJ. He gonna make sure I get that one. Any last thoughts?
Okay, ladies. Umbele. Valentine's already came. Where is your boyfriend? Look, by next year, you gotta be open and just date and get to know people and give. I think we got to the point of what can I receive and take for this. We're not giving. Just everybody meant to give. Just stop and just give this year. That's all I gotta say. Just give.
Just give. Give. And you know what? I promised Stan I was gonna have a premiere for him this week, and I didn't put it up. So I'm gonna wait literally till next week's live, and I'm gonna put it up. I have a video for you, bro. You told me to cut the track, and the track's already cut. So I'm gonna release it in the island style for us. Okay? Trust me. You're not ready, bro.
Okay.
You're not ready. You're not ready, bro. You're not ready. For everybody that's been rocking out with us for the last 2.5 hours, we thank and love you. This is Big Stan. Make sure you give him love and support as we grow. And hey, we gonna get Stan to the degree where he can be at home and ready to pick up his daughter and his children when they are getting out of school. We're writing the vision and we're making it plain. My name is Conrad. That's Big Stan. We've been rocking out here for the last 2 hours. We thank and love you. Peace in the T-Dot streets in the Middle East. And hey, to DK, we love you, but you just can't come back over here. Peace. We out. Much love.
Peace.